I need new glasses. I need new glasses. Paddle your own canoe. Paddle your own canoe. Number 3 is also solved. Number 3 is also solved. He has been studying for his medical exam for months. He has been studying for his medical exam for months. I am very happy for your success. I am very happy for your success. What is your favorite TV show? What is your favorite TV show? The team had been training very hard for the match, so they were confident. The team had been training very hard for the match, so they were confident. The food looks delicious. The food looks delicious. Can you recommend a nice dessert? Can you recommend a nice dessert? He studied all night for his math exam. He studied all night for his math exam. Was their grandfather a comedian? Was their grandfather a comedian? Were their grandchildren spies? Were their grandchildren spies? Haven't we always been masseuses? Haven't we always been masseuses? Can I use my smart card for contactless payments? Can I use my smart card for contactless payments? The cat chased the mouse. The cat chased the mouse. The company should have hired more employees. The company should have hired more employees. I have an accent. I have an accent. Can he come to the beach with us? Can he come to the beach with us? Don't I save often? Don't I save often? I will take a short break. I will take a short break. He was protecting it before. He was protecting it before. He played the piano in the concert. He played the piano in the concert. He reads a book every night. He reads a book every night. Every time, everywhere. Every time, everywhere. I can learn on my own. I can learn on my own. He became the winner of the competition. He became the winner of the competition. He will receive his master's degree next year. He will receive his master's degree next year. We did not make a statement. We did not make a statement. Won't that mean 3 p.m.? Won't that mean 3 p.m.? Your son was a columnist. Your son was a columnist. We were waiting in line when we saw our favorite actor. We were waiting in line when we saw our favorite actor. I wish I had more self-confidence. I wish I had more self-confidence. I am sorry if I hurt you. I am sorry if I hurt you. The girl wearing the yellow dress is my cousin. The girl wearing the yellow dress is my cousin. Put on top. Put on top. Opposition. Opposition. I enjoy spending time with my family and friends. I enjoy spending time with my family and friends. Can you help me with my math homework? Can you help me with my math homework? Especially beef. Especially beef. What are the action items of this meeting? What are the action items of this meeting? We were very surprised by the news. We were very surprised by the news. His half-brother was an investor. His half-brother was an investor. Meeting time. Meeting time. I don't think about it annually. I don't think about it annually. We hiked in the mountains last weekend. We hiked in the mountains last weekend. Can you tell 2 centuries later? Can you tell 2 centuries later? Can't I always be a guard? Can't I always be a guard? What's your favorite food? What's your favorite food? The company's policy was inadequate to meet the needs of employees. The company's policy was inadequate to meet the needs of employees. Will you come to the cinema with us? Will you come to the cinema with us? Is our stepson a bailiff? Is our stepson a bailiff? Please avoid strenuous activities for the next few weeks. Please avoid strenuous activities for the next few weeks. He works out at the gym. He works out at the gym. Our children are environmentalists. Our children are environmentalists. Shouldn't he be talking about 1 week later? Shouldn't he be talking about 1 week later? Should not discuss. Should not discuss. Do you know the girl who won the contest? Do you know the girl who won the contest? Will he think? Will he think? Are you going to ride a rabbit? Are you going to ride a rabbit? He can run a marathon in under 4 hours. He can run a marathon in under 4 hours. Can I have extra cheese on my salad? Can I have extra cheese on my salad? He found his wallet. He found his wallet. What are the details of this ticket? What are the details of this ticket? Won't I disembark late in the evening? Won't I disembark late in the evening? She will buy a new dress for the party. She will buy a new dress for the party. A writer should write as he breathes. A writer should write as he breathes. They rest after 1 week. They rest after 1 week. Can't we fly in an hour? Can't we fly in an hour? If I were taller I could reach the top shelf. If I were taller I could reach the top shelf. I had never been to Asia before my trip to Japan. I had never been to Asia before my trip to Japan. Not only is she studying science, but she is also taking art classes. Not only is she studying science, but she is also taking art classes. You should respect the opinions of others, even if you disagree. You should respect the opinions of others, even if you disagree. I'm talking. I'm talking. We need to act quickly now. We need to act quickly now. The research was not deemed sufficient to draw conclusions. The research was not deemed sufficient to draw conclusions. Please check. Please check. The store is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. The store is open from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. I'd like to introduce you to my friend John. I'd like to introduce you to my friend John. The museum is open until late on Fridays. The museum is open until late on Fridays. Do you believe I won? Do you believe I won? I can't believe how long it's been since we last saw each other. I can't believe how long it's been since we last saw each other. Where did you graduate from university? Where did you graduate from university? is not an occasional travel agency, is not an occasional travel agency. Are we waiting for anyone? Are we waiting for anyone? At the end of the day, I will have finished studying for the exam. At the end of the day, I will have finished studying for the exam. We're expecting some winter weather. We're expecting some winter weather. They work efficiently. They work efficiently. I need to finish my homework before going out with my friends. I need to finish my homework before going out with my friends. Which subject do you find most difficult? Which subject do you find most difficult? I need a wheelchair. I need a wheelchair. So do you know what you want to buy? So do you know what you want to buy? And as always, we will learn new words. And as always, we will learn new words. Shouldn't we be ambassadors often? Shouldn't we be ambassadors often? They were free to leave the building after the fire alarm went wrong. They were free to leave the building after the fire alarm went wrong. Be diligent. Be diligent. What's the best way to get to the beach from here? What's the best way to get to the beach from here? The vintage style jacket is very fashionable. The vintage style jacket is very fashionable. Do you have a non-alcoholic beer option? Do you have a non-alcoholic beer option? In this way, the cake will be ready to eat in a short time. In this way, the cake will be ready to eat in a short time. They had been trying to have a baby for years until they finally decided to adopt. They had been trying to have a baby for years until they finally decided to adopt. Then we can't fly. Then we can't fly. Do you have any siblings? Do you have any siblings? Was his wife an innkeeper? Was his wife an innkeeper? I'll meet you in front of the theater. I'll meet you in front of the theater. I want to show them. I want to show them. I need some break. I have to go somewhere. I need some break. I have to go somewhere. I am so grateful for your friendship. I am so grateful for your friendship. Recognition. Recognition. We must visit our grandparents as soon as possible. We must visit our grandparents as soon as possible. I visited my grandparents last weekend. I visited my grandparents last weekend. He checks his email. He checks his email. I will study for my exam. I will study for my exam. They came to Istanbul last week. They came to Istanbul last week. You usually disapprove. You usually disapprove. His aunt is doing a fundraiser. His aunt is doing a fundraiser. I have been married for 10 years. I have been married for 10 years. I ate bread for breakfast. I ate bread for breakfast. I may not be a pathologist at noon. I may not be a pathologist at noon. We must act quickly to prevent further damage. We must act quickly to prevent further damage. How much milk is left in the jug? How much milk is left in the jug? I am tired. I am tired. You are a songwriter every month. You are a songwriter every month. You make a difference. You make a difference. Were they creating? Were they creating? Is his stepfather a lawyer? Is his stepfather a lawyer? Don't let your ambition. Don't let your ambition. Can't I confirm at night? Can't I confirm at night? You understand this, don't you? You understand this, don't you? Is this true? Is this true? We cannot see 5 hours later. We cannot see 5 hours later. Relatives were caregivers. Relatives were caregivers. To shout, to shout. Our stepsister is a travel agent. Our stepsister is a travel agent. The teacher will need to perfect your exams before calculating your final grade. The teacher will need to perfect your exams before calculating your final grade. He studied English for 2 hours. He studied English for 2 hours. I will start a new career. I will start a new career. I took a deep breath and felt the peace of nature surround me. I took a deep breath and felt the peace of nature surround me. Not where. Not where. They laughed at themselves for their stupid mistakes. They laughed at themselves for their stupid mistakes. I leave school at 5. I leave school at 5. We may not adjust it now. We may not adjust it now. He needs some water to quench his thirst. He needs some water to quench his thirst. The car I saw at the car show was expensive. The car I saw at the car show was expensive. They think I went out for lunch. They think I went out for lunch. He painted the room blue. He painted the room blue. Where can I find spices? Where can I find spices? I have a dentist appointment at 10 and will be back at 12. I have a dentist appointment at 10 and will be back at 12. Can we think about it after 2 months? Can we think about it after 2 months? I am single. I am single. Should we lay the foundation? Should we lay the foundation? The game was played by children. The game was played by children. Encountered. Encountered. I'll have the chocolate lava cake for dessert. I'll have the chocolate lava cake for dessert. These are delicious burgers. These are delicious burgers. Do you have to run? Do you have to run? He is a hard-working student. He is a hard-working student. The room does not have adequate ventilation. The room does not have adequate ventilation. They are satisfied with the product. They are satisfied with the product. We were not fishermen then. We were not fishermen then. He becomes more skilled at solving puzzles. He becomes more skilled at solving puzzles. Can you explain this concept to me one more time? Can you explain this concept to me one more time? I need some help. I need some help. Not much, just relaxing. Not much, just relaxing. Shouldn't I diversify? Shouldn't I diversify? I have so much happiness. I have so much happiness. What should I do? What should I do? Which color do you want? Which color do you want? Write me a book manuscript about the ultimate guide to mindful eating. Write me a book manuscript about the ultimate guide to mindful eating. I bought a book yesterday. I bought a book yesterday. The sun rises early in the morning. The sun rises early in the morning. We have to get to the movie on time. We have to get to the movie on time. Your mother is the chef. Your mother is the chef. This is beyond debate. This is beyond debate. I had some chocolate for dessert. I had some chocolate for dessert. The meeting was planned to be held tomorrow. The meeting was planned to be held tomorrow. She has been taking care of her baby herself since birth. She has been taking care of her baby herself since birth. I didn't answer every day. I didn't answer every day. The car was repaired by a mechanic. The car was repaired by a mechanic. The sun sets in the west. The sun sets in the west. They can adopt a rescue dog from the shelter. They can adopt a rescue dog from the shelter. Never fear. Never fear. Miss, you have just turned 18. Miss, you have just turned 18. Can I turn it off often? Can I turn it off often? I agree. I agree. No, I'm fine, thank you. No, I'm fine, thank you. Confusion matrix. Confusion matrix. The magazine you recommended is informative. The magazine you recommended is informative. Cake. Cake. Do you want to have a drink? Do you want to have a drink? We have already reserved a table in the restaurant. We have already reserved a table in the restaurant. They. I found a pearl inside the oyster. I found a pearl inside the oyster. Are there relatives' hairdressers? Are there relatives' hairdressers? They did not continue. They did not continue. Excited for the concert. Excited for the concert. Was your half-brother a researcher? Was your half-brother a researcher? Purpose is the key to success. Purpose is the key to success. Are there siblings postmen? Are there siblings postmen? Can't he teach? Can't he teach? This is a serious issue that must be addressed immediately. This is a serious issue that must be addressed immediately. I have enough money to buy a new laptop. I have enough money to buy a new laptop. I would care. I would care. If the weather is slippery, I won't go out. If the weather is slippery, I won't go out. I liked camping. I liked camping. He has been working as a teacher since last month. He has been working as a teacher since last month. You should not ignore your responsibilities. You should not ignore your responsibilities. It is important to be honest. It is important to be honest. Shouldn't I wake up at sunset? Shouldn't I wake up at sunset? What is your speed? What is your speed? We couldn't finish any of the tickets. We couldn't finish any of the tickets. She is known for her intricate jewelry designs. She is known for her intricate jewelry designs. Wouldn't we have diversified before? Wouldn't we have diversified before? The cat we adopted is now part of the family. The cat we adopted is now part of the family. What do I say? What do I say? He will come back to you. He will come back to you. I had already taken a shower when the power went out. I had already taken a shower when the power went out. You're allowed to go home. You're allowed to go home. Teachers will be grading assignments all weekend. Teachers will be grading assignments all weekend. He joined a choir to pursue his passion for singing. He joined a choir to pursue his passion for singing. They are related to each other. They are related to each other. Couldn't they have been suspicious then? Couldn't they have been suspicious then? Did they usually play games? Did they usually play games? They met for coffee and talked about each other's lives. They met for coffee and talked about each other's lives. He wishes he could speak Spanish fluently. He wishes he could speak Spanish fluently. He couldn't behave. He couldn't behave. He always comes on time. He always comes on time. Please take these pills 3 times a day. Please take these pills 3 times a day. The act of vandalism is illegal. The act of vandalism is illegal. Will I not be cooking often? Will I not be cooking often? Be collaborative. Be collaborative. The coffee in this cafe is stronger than the coffee in other places. The coffee in this cafe is stronger than the coffee in other places. Does anyone have concerns about this idea? Does anyone have concerns about this idea? Forgive me. Forgive me. The education system in the country needed reform. The education system in the country needed reform. Should I buy a car? Should I buy a car? He likes to eat pizza with extra cheese and sausage. He likes to eat pizza with extra cheese and sausage. Can't you be a weekly urologist? Can't you be a weekly urologist? He cleaned up after himself. He cleaned up after himself. Please let us know your account number. Please let us know your account number. The sound is too low for him to hear properly. The sound is too low for him to hear properly. Is nighttime suppressed? Is nighttime suppressed? How many bottles do you have? How many bottles do you have? She wasn't a waitress for 2 weeks. She wasn't a waitress for 2 weeks. Fill it out for each person. Fill it out for each person. We are against the new development proposal. We are against the new development proposal. I have a meeting in the morning of every working day. I have a meeting in the morning of every working day. I need to buy a birthday present for my friend. I need to buy a birthday present for my friend. We are contacting you. We are contacting you. Can't he make a promise right away? Can't he make a promise right away? May not be a weekly investor. May not be a weekly investor. The moon shines brightly in the night sky. The moon shines brightly in the night sky. The car in which we had our first date is special to us. The car in which we had our first date is special to us. How do you say? How do you say? Next month they will play a card game with their friends. Next month they will play a card game with their friends. Candidate to be introduced. Candidate to be introduced. You should get plenty of rest. You should get plenty of rest. Should I return next year? Should I return next year? The food was insufficient for the number of guests. The food was insufficient for the number of guests. Wakes up. Wakes up. How many sisters and brothers do you have? How many sisters and brothers do you have? The financial report was made public. The financial report was made public. Will publish. Will publish. I've never seen this game before. I've never seen this game before. He has to work as a decorator at dusk. He has to work as a decorator at dusk. Tinned. Tinned. Don't I stay? Don't I stay? Logical. Logical. Fascinating. Fascinating. We weren't selling. We weren't selling. The door was opened by John. The door was opened by John. His colleague is a linguist. His colleague is a linguist. The company's priority is to increase its profits. The company's priority is to increase its profits. It takes about 3 hours. It takes about 3 hours. They play football on Saturdays. They play football on Saturdays. The flowers smell wonderful. The flowers smell wonderful. They had been planning the surprise party for weeks and it was a huge success. They had been planning the surprise party for weeks and it was a huge success. He will rarely make promises. He will rarely make promises. My wife is a real estate agent. My wife is a real estate agent. Please pass me the salt. Please pass me the salt. Did he realize we needed a quiet place? Did he realize we needed a quiet place? He did not work as a barber soon. He did not work as a barber soon. His stepfather was the landlord. His stepfather was the landlord. I need to work on my hand-eye coordination. I need to work on my hand-eye coordination. Can you pass me the salt? Can you pass me the salt? I will finish this report and present it after that. I will finish this report and present it after that. They were preparing for the dance competition. They were preparing for the dance competition. Can I persuade at noon? Can I persuade at noon? The printer was out of paper. The printer was out of paper. Pleased. Pleased. I enjoy making new recipes. I enjoy making new recipes. His cousins are journeymen. His cousins are journeymen. I've been rehearsing my presentation for hours. I've been rehearsing my presentation for hours. We had already finished the project before the deadline. We had already finished the project before the deadline. You are not discovered at 3 in the afternoon. You are not discovered at 3 in the afternoon. You can hold my hand. You can hold my hand. I will have finished all my work by the end of the week. I will have finished all my work by the end of the week. I'm getting more tired day by day. I'm getting more tired day by day. You don't go ashore after one night. You don't go ashore after one night. They are playing video games. They are playing video games.